Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So I am here with my first vlog that I am filming after moving back to England. I actually moved back to England less than 2 weeks ago. It has been less than 2 weeks, and tomorrow I am going to London. This was not planned, not expected. I was not expecting to be doing something vlog-worthy this soon after arriving. But then my dear friend Lucinda messaged me last week and was like, I have a friend who won the Friday 40 for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but she's not able to go, so she needs to sell her ticket. Do you want it? And like, how was I gonna say no to that? I'm going to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child tomorrow, you guys. I'm going to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child tomorrow. Rosie, I'm seeing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child tomorrow. If you've seen any of my content from before I moved to Korea, you will know how much I adore this play. It is my everything. I love it so much. I have seen it 9 times now, and I haven't seen it for 2 years and 3 months. I have not been able to see Cursed Child because I was living in Korea, and also during that time, James Howard, who we have had as Draco Malfoy for like 6 years, left when I wasn't in the country, which was my biggest fear when I moved to Korea. So I wasn't able to go to his last performances or anything. I did participate in like the goodbye gift that those of us in the fandom put together. There was a scrapbook. I also sent him a Korean copy of the script in a letter. And I think Lucinda may have gotten some signed pictures for me, which she might give me today actually. So I'm going to see Cursed Child, and I'm excited to see this cast. What cast are we even on? I don't even know. 7? I think it might be cast 7. So first time seeing this cast. And yes, first time seeing Cursed Child in over 2 years. I have missed it so much. It's Friday today, seeing both parts today, and then staying overnight. And then tomorrow I've actually booked a ticket to see Frozen the musical, because I have not seen Frozen the musical, and I've heard that it is shutting down on the West End soon. Going to London, and I'm going to see Cursed Child. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
We have Adelia and Jake, Robert Snape, Maya, oh lovely Maya, and Ben, a station master.
I'm in the theatre. I'm with Lucinda. You cannot see, but we are here. We're in stalls, and we're about to see it, and I'm not.
Oh yeah, you're screwed.
I'm screwed.
She's screwed.
Look at it. We finished. We stage doored.
We did.
Really weird. I haven't
Chaotic.
stage doored in so long.
I was about to say, you haven't staged doors since like what, 2019?
Yeah, literally. Like the last time I saw it before COVID.
You haven't staged doored in 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, when you put it like that. I met Ellis and David, who play Albus and Harry, and they are literally my favorite Albus and Harrys ever. I fell in love with their portrayals today. A lot of fun.
As well, our lovely cover
And
Scorpius.
Toby, who was Scorpius, and we saw Jojo, who had his last show today. I need to go back to the hotel and open the Joward pictures.
Oh, you're screwed,
and
mate.
I will sob. Good morning. It is the following morning. I'm awake. I've made a cup of tea. We have much to discuss. The changes that they made to Broadway, they have brought to London, but kept it as 2 parts. So Scorpius is real. I'm gonna talk you through my show notes and tell you all of the changes that have been made to the London production. First change, here we go. The time turners, the first one that they have, that Harry brings out from Theatre Not, is in a case. It's in like a clear glass case. Fluffiest Albus hair I have ever seen. Here's another change. They cut St. Oswald's transition. We're on to Act 2 now. There are more subtle changes, like with dialogue and stuff, Some lines have changed here and there. Here comes one of the major changes that really threw me off. They didn't mention Gryffindor. Cut to the next scene and everyone comes out in their school robes and Albus has Slytherin robes on. Albus is still Slytherin. They completely cut him being in Gryffindor. He's not in Gryffindor ever at all now. Even in the first alternate timeline, he stays in Slytherin. Like, when I realized that they hadn't mentioned Gryffindor, I was like, oh my god, yeah, they did that on Broadway. Like, I remembered that was one of the Broadway changes. I hadn't been expecting it though. It's an interesting change. It's like, I wonder what made them want to make that change, because him being in Gryffindor was one of the big reveals that the timeline was different. The Jewel is different music. I have listened to the soundtrack of Cursed Child enough times to be able to recognize all of the songs in it. So when we got to the Jewel scene and it wasn't the Jewel from the soundtrack, I was like, what is this I'm hearing? What is this? What is this new music? It was just an odd change. I don't know what was the reason. Why did they see the need to change the Jewel music? And then that's the end of part one. One thing I will mention that was really fun, from my seat, I could see like the banister at the side where the Dementor comes from, and I never realized this before, but at the very start of the lake scene, they actually throw the bottom of the Dementor's like cloak over the banister, and it's just hanging over the banister for the whole of the lake scene until the Dementor flies out. We're on to part 2, act 3. One change that they added, which I loved, the scene with Scorpius in Umbridge's office. She uses her wand on him. She holds her wand on him and like runs it up his body, and there's like a buzzing kind of sound to indicate that she is doing some sort of magic, and whatever she's doing, it is causing Scorpius to be in pain. The angst. Also, I think, and I could be wrong, but I swear they've changed it to Scorpion Prince, not Scorpion King. It was Scorpion King, right? It's Scorpion King, but they said Scorpion Prince. That's a change. That's got to be a change. Does that mean Draco's the Scorpion King? The Dementors no longer kiss each other, which I appreciate. Okay, then we get to the school bus changes, right? First one, Delphi on the Quidditch pitch. Another thing to note is the pain buzzing spell thing that Umbridge uses on Scorpius. Delphi then does it to Albus. She says that Albus's weakness is love. She says, talking about Scorpius, your only friend. Except the way she said it was, you know, your only friend. When she said friend, it was like it was in quotations, basically indicating that they're not friends, they are something more. Yeah, and she put a lot of emphasis saying that the weakness of Albus was love. Act 4, last one, here we go. Not a change, but I wrote, Godric's Hollow hits different after getting into the Marauders. And I've started reading all the young dudes, but that meant that the stuff in Godric's Hollow with Lily and James really did hit much more than it has done before. I don't know if they changed the lines. It could be the exact same lines, but I'm in my Grindelwald brain rot. So then the scene with Dumbledore, I don't know if the lines were different or if I'm just interpreting them differently now. And he was saying things like, you know, I am not fit to love. I can't love without causing harm. And just the way that he said these lines and the way they were worded, it really sounded like he not only could be talking about Harry, but he 100% could also be talking about Grindelwald. Like, it fully fits their story together. Draco obviously brings out another time turner, and this one is no longer just being carried as a time turner, it's also in a box, but this one is in a fancy wooden box that opens all fancily out like a flower or something. It's very fancy. Delphi didn't speak Parseltongue. They cut that last fight scene down. The fight scene with Delphi, they've definitely cut it down and changed some of the dialogue. Like Act 4, Scene 14, here we go. Scorpius was freaking out because he asked Rose to be his friend. Platonic. And there were a bunch of line changes around that. Like, instead of talking about eventual marriage or whatever it is he said before, he says eventual allegiance. Instead of saying palace of love, he says palace of harmony. So very much him and Rose are platonic now. Albus is like, is that who you want your palace of harmony to be with? And he puts his arm on Scorpius's shoulder, and they have this moment between them that is just, they don't say anything, they're just looking at each other. Albus with his arm on Scorpius's shoulder, and it's very like yeah. And then that's when Rose interrupts, and they freak out and end up stood next to each other on the stairs. And oh my god, I didn't even twig that. Before it was only Scorpius freaking out, but now it is both of them freaking out when Rose shows up. They end up freaking out, stood on the stairs. Albus has his arm on Scorpius. He does like a fake stretch to take its arm off of Scorpius. And Rose is there like, And then she says, this will only be weird if you two let it be weird. It's no longer just Scorpius. It's both of them freaking out at Rose. And it very much seems to be them freaking out because Rose caught them being intimate with each other. And then Rose saying that them two together, potentially as boyfriends or whatever, will only be weird if they let it be weird. That is what it 100% seems like now. It's such a sweet scene, actually. I used to hate Act 4 Scene 14. I think we all did. But that was so sweet. It was that, oh, I love that change. It was lovely, actually. And then as Rose leaves, she's kind of like teasing them in that sort of way that you would tease people who were dating. They had their big hug. And then Scorpius was like, I wasn't sure what we should do in this new version of us. And they both have a moment. He says that and they both pause and they look at each other and have this like silent conversation. They say goodbye and it's like shy smiles and waves. And it's like that they've just become boyfriends. You guys. Scorpius is real. We have the scene with Harry and Albus, and again, line changes. Scorpius canon. Line changes, and I remember these being a thing in Broadway. I remember talking about it, and people saying when they saw it on Broadway that it seems like Albus is coming out to Harry. They weren't lying. That is 100% what it seems like. And Albus tells Harry, Scorpius is the most important person in my life, might always be the most important person in my life. And the way he says it and the way he looks at Harry is him definitely trying to hint at something. And Harry gets the hint and he's like, I like it. If Scorpius is the most important person in your life, and he literally like is like, and like as if he wants to, he could potentially say something else there, like boyfriend or whatever. They clearly like know that there is more meaning to that. Scorpius, he likes Scorpius, and it like Albus, he just came out to Harry, you guys. He just came out to Harry. It's not just the line changes, but it's also the way the actors deliver the lines. So not only have they changed these lines, they've actually told the actors that this is what's going on and that's how they need to portray these lines and that's what's happening. All the actors have interpreted it that way as well. You guys, like I remember freaking out when we found out about these changes on Broadway, but actually hearing the exact lines and seeing it in the show, oh my goodness, I wasn't freaking out enough. It is lovely. It's so lovely. I'm so happy. It's a new souvenir guide, and this is actually a global souvenir guide. Because of that, it's got like pictures from all of the productions and various different casts. Looky here. Anthony Boyle and Sam Clement, the OG Albus and Scorpius. Do we remember when I went to see them? That seems like a lifetime ago. I'm not sure what cast this is. I think it's cast 6 because I don't recognize any of them except Tom and James Howard. And then I also have my program. But yeah, I met 3 of them at stage door. Toby, Ellis, and David. Okay, the final thing I need to do is open this. Actually, when I moved to Korea, my biggest fear was what if James Howard leaves Cursed Child while I'm in Korea? Like I said that to so many people. I was obviously devastated to be missing him leaving the show, but my dear friend Lucinda helped get these signed pictures for me. The amount I am shaking. I really missed him at the show yesterday. Look at that. He is my Draco Malfoy. A huge thank you to Lucinda for getting these for me. And a huge thank you to James Howard for signing them. Okay, I'm good. Let's go see Frozen. Alice is on.
Yay! And we've got Harry.
Harry's on?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got Clancy.
Yeah. And David is Harry.
Oh, Dina's. Oh yeah, of course, because everyone's shifted up.
Lucinda.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I was about to say, show the t-shirts.
Such a cool top. Oh, Harry will love that. He'll love that. Wait, I know you.
You know me?
From Twitter.
Oh, no.
So.
Costumes on as Albus. David, Ollie, Tom, Harry, Draco, Steve. We've got cover Albus. Oh my god, that's so exciting. I've heard really good things about Phantoms. Hello and welcome to Cast Change Day. It is Cast Change for year 7 and I'm going, finally. I haven't been to a Cast Change performance of Curse Jar since year 3. I went the first 3 casts in a row. I haven't been to one since because year 4 didn't get a Cast Change because of COVID and years 5 and 6 happened while I was living in Korea. So this is my first Cast Change in quite a few years and for once I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because I'm just excited to go to see the show with the whole fandom there. And it's like less sad this time because so many of the current cast are staying for another year. I hopefully shouldn't cry today. I'm still very sad about the cast members who are leaving, so I'm glad I'm able to go and say goodbye to them. As you can see, I brought the pink hair back. If anyone's seen any of my old Cursed Child vlogs, you will know that the very first cast change, the original West End cast, year 1, I dyed my hair pink for cast change because of Jim's and his "how can I ignore it, it's pink" line. And it was so fun dyeing it pink for cast change. I thought I'd do it again this year. Maybe if I start going to cast change more regularly now, I can make it a tradition that I always have pink hair for cast change. I'm excited. Okay guys, that's the end of this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Cast Change was a lovely day. I spent the day with the rest of the fandom. We hung out in between parts. And then stage door, I got to meet a majority of the cast. I said goodbye to those who are leaving and see you soon to those who are staying. And it was a wonderful day. And as for this overall vlog experience, I got to see this cast 5 times in the space of a few months. I have never seen a Cursed Child cast that many times. I only went that much because I was making up for the 2 years I didn't get to see Cursed Child while I was living in Korea, but I'm so glad it ended up happening with the Year 7 cast because I absolutely adored this cast. They were so amazing, so good. I loved all of their portrayals so much, so I'm glad I got to see them so much. I will now be taking a break from seeing Cursed Child because 5 times is a lot of times even for me, and I definitely need to take a break for several months before I go back and see it again because I don't want the show to lose its magic from seeing it too many times. So there won't be another Cursed Child vlog for a while, but there will be a Cursed Child vlog in the future because I definitely need to see the Year 8 cast. I can't wait to hear about the Year 8 cast when they start performing. A huge shout out to the Cursed Child fandom. Loads of people in the fandom joined while I was living in Korea. So when I got to go see the show for 1st of September and cast change, I was actually meeting a lot of people for the very first time and everyone was so lovely and I've made so many new friends. The Cursed Child fandom really is my favorite fandom to be a part of. Everyone is such good friends with each other and the fact that we actually get to hang out with each other and see each other when we go and see the show on event days is always so special and it's so much fun to be a part of. So shout out to everyone who I've met and spent time with when seeing the show. You always make it so much more fun. And shout out to the Year 7 cast. You guys were incredible this past year. Those of you who are leaving, I will miss you so much and I wish you luck in the future. And those of you who are staying, I can't wait to see you with the Year 8 cast the next time that I'm at the show. Okay, that has been this vlog of seeing the Year 7 Cursed Child cast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye!